Hey guys, my name is Ryan, and we're back again with another Spirit Island video. Today, I have nothing planned. Normally, I try and predetermine a matchup I want to play, think about my spirit, think about the adversary, play it out in my head a few times, maybe once or twice on the board before I go to record. But today, I want to show off a little feature called this quick play button here. If you've never messed with this before, it's a completely random setup. You get to pick how many spirits you want, or you could even go for a random number of spirits. We're going to go for 2. And then you just pick a difficulty rating, and bam, it puts you into a game. It's going to give you a random adversary, a random difficulty. It could give you a scenario. It might not. It could give you thematic boards. It could give you regular boards. It might even give you an extra board. You get a totally random game. And, if you just want to play Spirit Island, but sometimes you can't really motivate yourself to do any one particular thing. Maybe you just can't formulate a matchup in your mind that you're uniquely excited about, but you want to play the game. I think going for these random setups can be really fun. So let's see what we get. We're going to go for an 8 to 10 difficulty, and we're going to wind up. Okay, we've got Vital Strength of the Earth. Based on the art, I think that's the base version. And Mud, so we got 2 low complexity spirits. We have Habsburg Monarchy at level 2, so it means that we have the Gather, means we have the Inland Towns, but we don't accelerate, we don't have the durable mechanic, we don't have the Wave of Immigration, and the bonus damage. So the 4, 5, and 6 are all really big, important, and very punishing, and none of those are going to be here. And then the supporting adversary looks like it's just Prussia 0. So the only thing it's going to be adding is an escalation. We can largely ignore that. So a level 2 and a level 1 is not very much as far as difficulty goes. I believe the leading adversary you get 100% value of, so 5. Then you get 50% the value of the supporting, which is 1. So a half, 5, 5.5. And then we're going to add this Dahan Insurrection, and it looks like behind we have balanced boards, normal setup. And this Dahan Insurrection is listed as difficulty 4, so this is really what we're messing with today. So really, we're falling backwards into a scenario video, and this is a scenario that I know nothing about. It says it's easier for spirits with good Dahan movement. He can move 2 at a time. He can move 2 at a time. So hopefully we can make this happen. All right. After an action moves 1 or more Dahan, each Dahan that moved does a damage in their land. Okay, so Dahan movement is damage. After an action destroys 1 or more buildings, add an explorer per town destroyed and a town per city destroyed. Because we're playing against Habsburg too, we're going to be getting a lot of explorers. Not a lot of cities are going to be made inland. And then because we're playing with Mud, we might not be getting buildings at all. So we might be circumventing this entire scenario. New invaders are added to the land with the Dahan closest to this, are added to the land with Dahan closest to the destroyed buildings. Interesting. So if we use the Dahan to kill things, then, it just pops up there. But if we use other powers to get a kill, then the invaders will start teleporting. Interesting. If you reach terror level victory... If you reach terror level victory, Dahan immediately damage invaders in every land on the board as if they were fighting back after a ravage. If this does not fulfill the victory condition on the card, you lose. Okay, the normal fear-based victory is not available. Okay, this is a really big one. Instead, looks like there's no way at all to win a terror level 1, which, let's be honest, there isn't. That never happens. Terror 2, there are no lands where Dahan are outnumbered by buildings. So we need to get there to be basically no buildings on the whole island. Or maybe like a land with like 1 building and 2 Dahan. So I think Mud's going to be pretty strong here. And then Terror level 3 will be, 2. 1 per player. So we can get 2 on the board. And then a loss condition is there are fewer than 2 Dahan per player left alive. So if there's less than 4 Dahan on the board, if there's 3 or less, then we lose. Okay. Let's let's give it a go. Let's see how this game plays out. Okay. Each Dahan that moved does a damage in their land. So bringing this one Dahan in would not cause a kill. I would need to bring 2 Dahan in to kill off that town. Interesting. Okay, so we got mud on the bottom board here. I'm thinking I might make a sacred site and then use foul vapors just to kick that out. I think just making tons of sacred sites is going to be really good here. It's going to help set us up for our victory condition, which is functionally get all the buildings off the board, which is pretty similar to a normal terror level 2 by eliminating all the buildings. In fact, I guess it's fringe easier because you could have buildings left on the board as long as you also have Dahan there too. Okay. Vital Strength of the Earth, we're going to be doing, vital things. Oh, we also have the Town Gathers, so even if we kick that out with the Foul Vapors, it's still going to have a town in it. It's important to keep in mind. Build a town. Okay. It's going to be a 4 damage up here. So if we can get a Sacred Site within 1 range of the 8, we'll be doing pretty good. Maybe we'll just defend the 6. Maybe we'll just let both 2s blight. Okay. Come over here so we can defend this land for 4. Let the Dahan counterattack. The Dahan counterattack will downgrade them into explorers. It will not stop them from being towns. Or it won't remove the invaders from the board completely, is what I should say. Okay, since my initial idea with that sacred site isn't going to fly, maybe I'll just go for a slightly slower opening. Bird's Cry Warning seems really good here. Dahan movement seems really, really strong. An interesting thought is I could just use that right now to kill off this explorer, and then it just denies the build altogether. But I think that's a bit premature. Since we can just defend this for 5 and then we're moving on with our life, we're just going to grow towards the middle. Maybe it's an early exaltation because we love getting powers on Vital Strength of the Earth. If nothing else, it's good to get some forget fodder in there. Some slow Dahan movement for both of these guys could lead to a pretty solid opening. Also gives me a damage. Yeah, I'll gather out of this wetlands. Then if we explore, we can kill off this explorer. No, sorry. I'll gather out the mountains, so that way I can kill the single explorer in either the 7, 5, or 1. And over here, we're just kind of chilling. Playing base Vital Strength of the Earth, it's going to be a whole deal. Okay, we got the wetlands. So we can do this. Kills you. Shifts you over. Ping here. We could use this Draw the Fruitful Earth like this, bringing in Explorer, Dahan, deal 2 damage, clear the land, deny 2 builds. And then if we... dang, this town here is going to go to the 7. I was going to say, because these can get downgraded and then, gather nothing here, but alas. Maybe... Vital Strength. The only thing with Vital Strength is that the elements that are the cards that are Tri-Element in the minor deck are pretty crappy for us. They're just like not great cards in general. So you can't really play for elements here. Maybe an Enticing Splendor, more Dahan movement, and range 0 Dahan movement, so that way we can, you know, make Sacred Sites and then defend ourselves. I think that's where we want to be. More Dahan movement. Bringing back Destroyed Presence could be relevant. Cycles of Time and Tide, just getting the Blight off of both of the 2s is a smart move, or like, it's just a nice thing to have available to us. So I think we'll go for that. Also, because of this Earth here, we minorly value Moon higher than Earth if we were given a choice, which I don't think we were, but had we been given a choice, we could care more about that. I don't know if there's anything to be done with this open shifting waterways. I think we're just moving some stuff around and getting a fear. Yeah, I don't want to go... Well, actually, we could use this Bird's Cry warning and then just deal with both lands. Let's do that. Oh, you know what? I could kill the city right now. I could do a single ping to the city and then do the 2 damage to the city. That's pretty interesting. Is that better? Yes, because then we have 2 towns, they die, and they become Explore, Explore. Then there's not going to be, and this is also going to go Explore, Explore. Nothing gathers into the 5. So if we undo that, go here, go ping, 2 damage, then it becomes a town. Fascinating. Okay, we need to spend 3 energy this turn, so we're forced to gain another card. Which is not a big deal. Yeah, we'll just gain another minor. Call the Dahan Ways is very strong. Being able to... Yeah, this just seems really good. Being able to decrease our towns and increase our Dahan can set us up for some nice victory conditions. Play a little 1-2. Over here for Vital, we need that Sacred Site. Yeah, like this is one of our Tri-Element cards. I think there's one more in the deck, and like Renewing Boon just isn't a good card. It's extremely restrictive. It takes a lot of work to pull off, and its value is pretty niche. I think a Gift of Power just makes more sense. And then hopefully we just never play Exaltation of Tangled Growth again, and maybe, you know, forgets this for a major. So we can go for the Defend 4. And probably just a Gift of Power. Yeah, if there wasn't the Blight restriction, I'd pull this town over to the 5. And then have the 6 gather out of the 5. So that way the 7 remains pocketed. But alas, no such luck. Go here, here, and here. Oh, man. Oh, no. This is a disaster for us. Do we get bonus defense? We do get bonus defense. Okay. So because the +2 defense, this will still be fully defended. It's just going to get really weird for us. Over here, we're going to get the bonus defense, so I think it's better to go here. Yeah, and then gather town over to the 8. Nothing gathers into the 5. Oh, sweet. Because of this push, we can downgrade into a town, gather into the 6, and then this is not an issue. What's interesting here is we're getting the full value of fear, and then buildings are just going back up. So it's not like one of those situations where you like run out of food. Oh, shoot. Yeah, you go to the low first. That's unfortunate. That is okay. We're still in it. Gift of Power, you. Defend 4. We'll solve the 5. Yeah, none of these cards are insane for us, but at Defend 4, we're just going to, like, allow ourselves to scale up a little bit. Although this disorienting landscape's looking quite nice for this next turn. But if I do that, then what are we doing? We're kind of stuck here. Unless if I were to use like an Enticing Splendor, maybe grow into the 4, Enticing Splendor this town out, and then I can go for a disorienting landscape to like solve the 1 because there's no adjacent town. Maybe that's better. Do I want to go for 3 card plays, or I want to work my way towards a major? I think I'll go here, and then I have the option to do what I want. Let's go. I think I want to pick up some more energy. So we'll go here and here. This will help out with energy issues for the rest of the game. We can go for this disorienting landscape to solve the 1. And I'm going to go here to work on this. Yeah, call the Dahan ways, and then Rituals of Destruction to tee up the 5 for a lot of damage. I think that's the move. Ooh. Wait, is it stage 3? No, it's stage 2. So, okay, that was going to become a lost condition, which would just be one of those things that we'd prefer not to pick up if we don't have to. I don't think we have any plans for damage here, so let's just kill the Explorer. Add a Dahan to land with Dahan and no tokens. Okay, by gaining the extra Dahan here, that opens up my flexibility with this Call of the Dahan ways. Where is this in relation to? I think this is in the 4. If we do this, yeah, we just get a single K. And now this is gathering into the 1. So, I mean, it's going to be 1 each way. It doesn't actually make a difference. Okay, and this is Habsburg Escalation, which, because we've taken very little blight, we've got 3, so that's going to be 1, and then 1, 2. We haven't taken another blight here yet, so this one's going to get 2. Wait a second. Why am I adding towns to active lands? That's silly. We should go like... Oh, no, no, no. That's an active land too. We got no blight, no town. Right? Or is it no blight, no building? Yeah. So I can go here. I can go here. And then we'll go... here. Okay, how to use this Dahan. I believe the adding of this Dahan will not do anything for the Dahan Insurrection. Yeah, it only moves. Because you're running in there and beating them up. Thematically. So I think this just goes here. Can't reach this one. We can make this defended. That's not going to be an issue. Yeah, so I think it just goes here. And then we break up this sacred site to go up this way. Let's gain a major... Ooh, UG. Gotta love it. It's hard not to take Unrelenting Growth on this turn. Though it is notable by taking Unrelenting Growth, we will take some more Blight. But surely that's got to be worth it. Even if we like lose some presence here, like it's Unrelenting Growth, right? We're gonna get it back and then some. I've always found this card to be pretty underwhelming. Ritual Destruction is also pretty underwhelming too, but it's our only damage source, and because of Call of Dahan Ways and everything that Mud's doing, I feel like the card is actually like decently reliable. I will not be able to play a second card this turn, and Year of Perfect Stillness absolutely falls off, so that's going to be my forget. Over here... kind of want to just like double grow into both of these lands. But I also want to gain a major. I think it's gaining a major. Sleep and Never Waken. That card seems extremely playable. And because we're going to be downgrading and creating tons of explorers, I think it's actually like pretty solid. Bargains of Power and Protection is also a very interesting card to me. Bargains with this Sun. We also have Bird's Cry Warning. It doesn't have Earth. Now, if we did Sleep, Moon, Air, Animal. Moon, Animal, Moon, Air. So that's a 3-card fully loaded Sleep and Never Waken. I have a presence in the sands already. I'm going to go up to 4 energy, so I could just play all 3 of these cards. I don't think I'm worried at all about this stuff, because also I'm going to remove a Blight fast, so we're not going to flip the Blight card. Okay, what am I skipping? I guess is the real question. Maybe I just skip this. Oh, okay. Ravage here, we can, which is skipped. Over here, we would Ravage here, and then it would Blight Cascade, and that's pretty unfortunate. But when I move 2 to Han, will that trigger 2 damage? After a action. Doesn't say a spirit action. Let's try it. So if we go push 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we go... I could just deny this build, or actually even better, I'll deny this build. And we'll add our town here and here. Still gonna blight. I don't know if that was the right choice. But I guess we'll find out. Ooh, I can deny 2 builds. If I had just killed the explorers, we would have not ravaged. That's unfortunate. I think just denying builds is the move. Good thing we have UG. Otherwise, we're going to be running out of presents real quick. These guys are both, like, 1-2-1, 1-1-1. So, like, we're not at any risk of losing. Did we pass by a Blazing Renewal? Okay. And we also passed by multiple miners that would give us our destroyed presence back with Renewing Boon and... I swear there was the other one there. Yeah, Sky's Herald. So I'm not sure if there's any way of getting our presence back. Which is like a pretty fringe issue. But on my quick scan through, I'm not seeing any other ways of getting destroyed presence back. I know there's more with Nature's Incarnate, but that's not here yet. Yeah. Okay. I think we're not able to get any destroyed presence back for the rest of the game. We can put a town here because it's just going to die. That's kind of cute. One damage and kicking around some explorers. I think I'm going to UG Vital Strength. Going top, and then I can reclaim go bottom, so then I can play UG plus 2 more cards to boost up Mud. And then by getting this Prolif off, I can protect a land as well with my innate. Over here, got 1 damage and kicking around some explorers, aka not a heck of a lot. Although actually this 1 damage also kicks a Dahan around. But I think it's ultimately just not relevant. It's just more of a positioning thing. So we'll go here. I can also use this Enticing Splendor to gather like this town out and just solve that land. Or here. And then I've got maybe like a draw? Setting up some plays in one of these other lands. And I think, Yeah, obviously we reclaim. Probably just take energy. And I think we want to set up a sleep for next turn. As far as this turn goes, we can defend the 7. Okay, all of our lands are defended. Then we have to do some proactive stuff for the sands. I could go like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yes, we can still sleep plus open shifting waterways, plus a moon air, such as disorienting landscape in order to threshold that sleep. That's going to cost me 5 energy, so I'm going to probably... actually, also, we got that moon coming up here, so if we just had another tri-element card, that would also threshold sleep. Okay, lose all our fear. Add a beast to a land adjacent to beast and then kill a Dahan. So we don't go to a lot of these places. We can go here, and this beast is already going to kill a Dahan. So I'm going to go here and kill off that Dahan to protect these other ones. Okay, here and here. Alright. Now we get to do some UG. And if we UG top, then we can go up to 5 energy and then play the 3 aforementioned cards, so we're not forced to go for a growth 3 option if we don't want to. Which is nice. I think we go here. Okay, in order to empty out the 7. Unrelenting growth here. We'll go for a... Yeah, we can go top. And then we can use this to get 2 damage in. And now the wetlands are both just not building. We can do this. Hold on. If I'm going to be thresholding this sleep and never waken, that's going to pick up that explorer for free. Right, like I skip this one, then I pick up like 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. Explorers. And then we turn something into a town. I can still gain a card, though, for sleep. It's not an issue. Which I'll do. Maybe I'll go for a second major. Have some time to plan. Paralyzing Fright being very strong. Vanish Softly is also very strong. Just being able to get things off the board. I like this Vanish Softly. It puts me in the same elements. So it's like a similar logic for everything that I want to be doing. And I think this Cycles of Time and Tide's not really super playable. So we go Sleep. I could go Sleep, Vanish, and then if we had a Tri-Element card, it would double Threshold, which we don't have. And yeah, and I can't go for that Moon to make it, to like pair with the Bird's Cry, because then we'd have energy issues. Let's just stick with plan A before we try and get too weird with it. That should Threshold Sleep. Okay. We don't have no relevant presence with wetland, oh, it's sands. What am I doing? Indom. Okay, that's a card. Big ol' skip. Good Imdom right here. And we'll forget this. I think UG is good. We're good. Let's see. We're gonna go up to 8 energy. Can't play all of it anyways, so might as well just do this. Go 1, 2, 3. No, we'll guard you. Indom you. Landscape is kind of not doing anything. We're just playing it for the elements, I guess. I can just drop a wilds here. Sleep. Getting rid of you, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still Terror level 1. Okay, we're almost at Terror level 2. I think repeating Gift of Power is probably the move. Just gives us Forget Fodder for both spirits. Maybe even just target himself twice. Okay, we'll just take a Blight, that's fine, and we'll take a Blight up here, that's fine. We have tons in the pool. Ooh, Gather and Defend. All the ones that I want to do it in, I can't. Am I getting close to running out of cards? No. Yeah, there's no boost to the Invader deck, so we have tons of time to figure this out, because I feel like I'm probably playing this really inefficiently. Let's just do coming out of this corner land. I'd rather keep that land empty so we don't need to focus on it. I could kill off this town and push these two guys, I don't know, here? Or sorry. Yeah, and then kill off that explorer. Open shifting waterways. Defended. Well, we can guard or something there. Spanish softly is going to be helpful if we can get it thresholded. Call to guard is really nice. Call to guard, and then maybe Rain of Blood. Sucking ooze, just kind of prevent things from running away on you. It's going to go down to 7 damage, which is not defendable. But I'm sure we'll be able to find a way to make that work. Hold on. Or maybe we should use our innate... Oh, shoot. You can't go back because we gain new information. Okay. I was going to say, we could... ping here and then do 3 more damage to kill it down to 6 HP, and then we would be able to defend it. That would be a more efficient use of our cards. Irresistible Call. That seems very playable. We have more than enough energy for it. Yeah. Irresistible Call, so we can actually, do stuff. And then also, once we get to Terror level 3, you just Irresistible Call, and then you meet the threshold of 1 land per player. And then you're good. You just win. I think I'll target here, gather everything out of all of these lands. Maybe we can get rid of this defend. It's a bold move, but I like it. Building in the jungles. We don't have presence. Yeah, these jungles are all not building because they have nothing in them. This is the only building jungle, so that's not relevant. Sacred sites, sacred sites. We'll just sacred site out here. Bird's Cry. If we can repeat that Bird's Cry, we just go, move 3, kill a city, move 3, kill 3 explorers, nothing builds. It's pretty clever. Let's see if we can pull it off. I do want to gain a major. Okay, Vigor of the Breaking Dawn. That does... We're missing the element to be able to get the repeat and slide. Terrifying Nightmares is also a card. Unleash might be a card just because we gain so much energy. Cast Down is hilarious. Cast Down... that's 3 of our elements right there. We'd have to have... Because we have no elements on our tracks and we have no elemental support... We'd have to hit those elements pretty dead on. So we'd have to have 2 more Water-Earth cards, like these 2. And then we'd also be short of Sun. So we need a Water-Earth, and then a Sun Water-Earth. Almost. We can almost cast down. Huh. I wonder if it's good. We're going to go up to 10 energy. We could actually, dead-ass cast down here. Yeah, we just called a card to defend that. Hilarious. Okay, so we can call to guard, defend you for 1. Sucking ooze to... I don't know, but let's Irresistible Call you. 2 damage. Bird's Cry. Hmm. Birds cry to do this. Sucking ooze. Because we're looking at a jungles build, so if we ISO this, then that doesn't go. Not in range. If we ISO, you're going to die. Gather, gather, gather. I would like to ISO you, and then you gather, and then nothing gathers into the 5. This is probably also my cast down target. Oh no, my defend 1. It doesn't really matter because I'm going to do a full reclaim anyways. And then over here, we're probably reclaiming as well. Ooh. Some strife and some self-inflicted damage. Unfortunately, that means we're going to take a Blight Cascade here. Ouch. It's going to hurt no matter where it goes. We'll have to just go right here. That's the least painful spot for us. Out of town here, out of town here. Because we got the back-to-back actions, that's a sensible spot to cast down. Just get that thing fully cleared out. And I think that means we should get the Teleporting Explorer. They should pop up like over here in the 5. Nothing like cast down to kill 2 towns. I guess it's 2 range away both ways. Where do we want to be? In the jungles or the sands? That's okay right there. We could go like so. Okay, these guys should sort themselves out. We can put another, when we reclaim, we'll move a presence. Like so. Defend that. And over here, we've got more than enough ways to defend it. We'll just hit it with the Guard the Healing Land. Over here, we can reclaim Sacred Side over here, I suppose. We can move some Dahan in fast for the counterattack here, so everything's going to get some nice counterattacks. And then, how to go about the path of winning. That's the hard part, right? We have to actually get around to, like, winning this game. I think Vanish Softly is going to be just really helpful, just picking up, like, the little things in various places. We just need another card that looks a heck of a lot like Disorienting Landscape, which we don't have any Isolated Explorers. Maybe I'll kick out this guy. Solid Vapors isn't a very strong card, so I'll just throw it in there just as another card to have. We got 2 more card plays over here. We can go Sun, Sun, Earth, Earth, Plant. Not possible. Maybe we'll do something like this. Make our Dahan counterattacks better. What to repeat? Probably, yeah, we got lots of good cards to repeat here. We're looking at no blight, plenty of builds. Yeah, probably just use Gifted Power for more Forget fodder. Slowly running out of presence, which is very unfortunate. One terrain not shown under any invader action, so wetlands are totally clear. And then we'll, yeah, no invaders in the wetlands. Easy. Add a beast to a land, no blight with a town. One damage per Dahan. Ooh. So this means that this can now full clear, right? Because otherwise we would explore there and still build afterwards. So now the jungles are all going to full clear and not build. As far as the sands goes, nothing too spicy to look at, so we'll go right here. Skip. Everything counterattacks very nicely. Another jungles action. Let's add a town here, here, to the inactive land. Okay. So we can remove 2 invaders from a land, which I'm looking at doing up here just to like make that city go away. And then we can just kind of start picking off stuff in other lands. So if we do this, get rid of you and you. Now you're solved. Jungle sands are good. This is going to be a problem. We have Indom. Okay, over here, that's defended. That's fine. We got 2 big problems here, so let's get rid of the city. And that's strife, so let's get rid of the town. I got 1 damage. So I could, like, just clean up both of these wetlands. We'll clean up this backside. And, okay, the reason I want to do this is because I realized that I screwed up and my Sleep and Never Waken is not thresholdable next turn. But this Diametamorphosis is a tri-element card, and a single tri-element card, because of my Free Moon, will give me a full threshold. What I do need is just an air, and I have lots of air choices here. Purifying Flame being one of them as well, that also gives me tri-element for Irresistible Call. Not that I think that's a very important threshold, it is just kind of funny. I don't see myself playing Diametamorphosis, but I do see myself playing Purifying Flame. I think I got more than enough Forget fodder on this side. Ooh, Nature's Connection is definitely going to be it. Help me get some thresholds. Going to keep on flinging majors until we win the game, is how I see this playing out. Pillar of Living Flame is pretty solid. We've got just really big stacked up sands. It's pretty useless going into this jungle wetlands turn. But we do also have Cast Down, which accomplishes the same thing, which is very funny to say. So I'll take the Accelerator Rot just because of the upcoming terrains. Let's see, for Jungle Wetlands, we're looking at Lost Condition here. So that's going to have probably just going to get indomed. So if we're looking at 15, that's going to be 13. Play these other 2 cards to go with them. This is going to be a problem, but we're going to hit it with the Sleep and Never Waken. I'm thinking I'm going to sleep to skip the 6, but I'm going to put a presence here and then just remove 6 Explorers. And where's my 3rd Blight coming in from? Or maybe it's for the Blight Cascades? I see Blight in the Jungle Sands. Because you're defended. I don't see where the 3rd one is. But, okay. Yeah, I guess there's no reason for us to G2. I don't even know why I was thinking about it. If I take another major, maybe this Irresistible Call kind of sucks. Pent-Up Calamity's a card. Not a very strong one, but it is a card. There's a shitload of Blight, so I think Utter Curse is very playable this turn. Spring you... No, hold on. Spring you over here. Got this, we got this. So we got our... We just needed an air. And now they're both thresholded. We could do a Gift of Nature's Connection. We're probably just going to turn into... So, okay, yeah, we're nowhere close on Cast Down. Probably just turn into Energy over here. Enticing Splendor. We can pick up an Explorer. Repeating a 3 cost. Ooh, more Sleep and Never Waken? Could that be the move? I don't think so. Repeating on what? Enticing Splendor doesn't really get me anywhere. What do I need to win this game? Why am I not winning? Can skip this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll still get full value from it. And just get stuff off the board. Producing fear. Helping to end the game. Okay, so finally we're not losing extra presence. We'll take a free Dahan. Seems like I've only got one choice. Over here, we'll go there. Ooh, that's a big deal. Being able to get rid of these towns means that this is now going to be completely inactive. That's a really big deal. What's the 2/0 mean? I guess we'll find out in a second. We got to do our gathers. Where are we gathering to? C gathers first, and then low number gathers first. So jungles to 1 is done. Wetlands to 5? I guess had no ability, and then it's a matter of what comes here. The 1, the 5, the 6. Or if I did the drat. If I did this way, then there would be nothing go to the 6. Frustrating, frustrating. So I think this is a victory condition counter. And it's got 4 out of 0. So there are 4 lands where buildings outnumber Dahan. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess ties are fine. Okay, so it's saying that we've only got 4 lands to deal with before we just win. Huh. That gives me a path forwards. So if I do cast down... Fuck. Where do I cast down? Cast down here. That is one of my 4 lands. And we add here because 3/3 is fine. Yeah, okay, now it's only 3/0. Excellent, excellent, excellent. If I utter recurse here, we get 1, 2, 3, 4 tokens. Let's just add a ton of bad lands. Okay, and then add 1 more within range. Okay, so we'll add a Badlands here, disease here, 1 damage there. Okay, we have to add a town here. Ties should be fine. And then we Purifying Flame here for damage. Go here, because ties are fine, and that's a victory. There's now fewer than 1 land per player where buildings outnumber Dahan. Whew, my golly. The hardest part was just figuring out, like, how do we win this game? So that's Dahan Insurrection, and we didn't cheese it by playing Thunder Speaker. Definitely good that we had 2 spirits that both make use of Dahan and defense strategies. I can imagine someone like a Sharp Fangs would just suffer immensely in that scenario. It's a pretty tricky scenario. Definitely one of those ones where I think some spirits would do really, really well and other spirits are dramatically going to suffer. For some spirits, it could be negative difficulty, and for others, it could be like a whole adversary just by itself. Very polarizing. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and have yourselves a glorious day.